So we look after some big dance brands including Fabric, Shogun, Hospital Records, artists like Sarah Landry, Ben Hemsley, Eli Brown, Fatboy Slim, Armand Van Helden.
It's incredible, yeah. I'm quite an old fella, and to learn all these new things, it's a little bit daunting.
How do you get your music on the internet? How do you get your videos on the internet? And how do you get paid for them? That has morphed over the last few years, particularly accelerated by socials and AI and all the rest of it.
You have to give me some tips.
Yeah, no.
Welcome to the Ibiza Hall of Fame podcast with myself, Clara, and with Big Al. So today we have a special edition. We have a guest with us, Graham Luckhurst, who is from Be Electronic Believe, and he's going to give us some inside information about the music industry. So welcome, Graham.
Welcome, Graham.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
So, Graham, what we were asking, we're at the IMS.
We are.
And a lot of the public won't know what that is. It's a Ibiza Music Summit.
Yes,
which
indeed.
is a conference for the industry, basically, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And there's lots of people like yourself at this conference that do jobs that the public just don't know what you do.
Yes.
And we'd like you to explain what you do, Graham.
Well, you're absolutely right, Alan. The back end of the music industry, distribution is a big part of that. My background is independent labels. I've also been an artist and a DJ, so I've seen it from that side, seen it from the label side. Distribution essentially was how do you get your music on the internet? How do you get your videos on the internet? And how do you get paid for them? That has morphed over the last few years, particularly accelerated by socials and AI and all the rest of it, into a wealth of other services that distributors offer. But essentially it's companies that allow you to get your music onto the internet as a rights holder, as an artist or a label. And there's lots of distributors here, labels here, artists here, people from the other side of the industry, as you say.
And you represent people?
I run Believe Electronic in the UK, so we look after some big dance brands including Fabric, Shogun, Hospital Records, Cr2, Metalheads, Night Department, artists like Sarah Landry, Ben Hemsley, Eli Brown, Friction, Fatboy Slim, Armand Van Helden. I work very closely with Anglo Management, so yeah, the roster of acts that we've got is incredible.
It's incredible, yeah.
Yeah, so we're very much a part of their team, but we are behind the scenes. We work with the labels and the
managers.
There's
a lot of cogs in this thing, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's not just literally an artist does a record, but there's a lot more going on in the back, isn't there?
Yeah, traditionally an artist or a label would go to a distributor and the distributor put music on the internet. That's the 101 function for us now. On top of that, now we'd be offering strategic services. How do we work records globally? How do we deal with changes in technology? How do we work from platform to platform? Obviously every platform's different, particularly with dance and electronic music.
Yeah.
Whether it's SoundCloud, Beatport, Amazon, Deezer, YouTube Music, everything's working differently.
I'm learning all this because we've had to get on all those channels.
Yeah. And then you throw the socials in the mix and all of them work differently in terms of the functionality, in terms of the monetization. It's almost like a consultancy.
You have to give me some tips.
Yeah, and I'm more than happy to. And then working with artists and labels to say, well, maybe this is the best practice, this is the best way for you to release your records over the next 12 months. Maybe it's best not to just release a record and then stop, and then put another record out in 9 months, and then finish another record and stop.
There's a strategy behind it.
There has to be now. Yeah, you have to have the story and the momentum and the narrative, basically. I'm not saying throwing content out there 24/7, but it's that if you start the engine, you want to kind of keep going.
I sort of get it now because I've just started this journey.
Yeah.
So I'm quite an old fella, so I'm 65, and to learn all these new things, it's a little bit daunting for someone, my age, and because I come from a different era. So now, and with the help of guys like yourself, I'm learning fast and getting to know all this stuff. There is a strategy and everything. I get it. Like this, times to post, all these kind of stuff, and that's what you do, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We do it certainly at a master's, at a release level. I think I'm lucky that I have had experience as an artist. I've had experience as DJ, as a touring DJ and artist releasing records. I also was buying records in the late 90s. I was a teenager at the time, so I've got quite an interesting spread. I think I started music industry in 2004. I don't know, they weren't great years really. No one knew what they were doing. Didn't know what to do with downloads, didn't know what to do with streaming. No one's buying records. Obviously all the shops are struggling, so I understand record shop culture, but I also understand how streaming and algorithms and AI
completely changed, doesn't it?
It's constantly in a state of flux, and the speed with which the industry is changing.
Technology keeps changing, doesn't it?
And with the advent of AI, and you can see what's coming down the tracks, and we won't go off on that tangent now, but that's going to be kind of the thing that we're dealing with. So.
The theme to our thing is AI. You know, Dave Lambert, who's part of our thing, he taps it into AI, and we've got our own theme, so we don't have to worry about the performing, all the rest of it, all that nonsense. But so we are a part of it now.
How is AI getting involved with this? Do you know?
Well, it's scale. In a nutshell, you're talking about. I mean, there's various figures cited, but you'd be looking at probably on average, and there's numerous different figures available across the press. You'd probably be looking at somewhere around about 100,000 tracks a day.
A day
onto streaming services. That does include some old. But there's a lot of, that's a ballpark figure of what you're dealing with.
Jeez.
18 to 24 months ago, that was probably around about 50 to 60,000. These are ballpark figures. If you want the exact ones, go and look at Music Business Worldwide or wherever you go. But that's a loose kind of ballpark of what you're dealing with.
So you're having to deal with change constantly.
Yeah, and that's basically pre-AI. So you add AI in the mix there, where you can generate, okay, let's have 1,000 deep house poolside chill records today, please. Spit them out, and I'm going to put them onto DSP. Maybe you get developers involved. Now, again, we're too much of a tangent, but you can imagine where the volume could get to.
Yeah.
So how is that dealt with, and then how's that artists who are making music from their soul is the good stuff that we all ultimately here for, really. How does that get heard?
Well, there's going to be two different charts, isn't there?
And is it two different platforms? Is it two different charts? Is stuff labelled as AI and human created? Is it,
It's got to be, hasn't it, surely?
We're right at the front of this, so platforms are obviously working on it, global, all the platforms that we all know and use, and they're dealing with the same challenges. Like, how are they going to deal with it? So I think over the next 6 to 12 months, start to see moves from them on really how to actually deal with that day to day. Like really realistically how to deal with it. So that's a big one at the moment.
Challenging, isn't it? Challenging.
The crazy thing is, you mentioned the rapid speed of change. That wasn't a conversation 12 months ago. It was kind of there, but now it's like.
It's right in front of you, yeah. It's happening. Wow. It's happening, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the speed of that.
Yeah.
And you're already thinking about, well, okay, streaming's obviously, it's been around a while, but we're still adjusting to how to really work streaming.
3 or 4 weeks ago, if you just said to me, your theme's going to be done by AI, I would go, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that's how much it's changed.
Yeah. If you look at the production tools available and the rapid development within those for AI music, that's crazy. It's week to week. So this is all of the kind of things on top of a distributor gets your music on the internet that we're involved with. It's that we're dealing with the change and helping artists and labels to navigate that. So there's quite a lot going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So you enjoy your job?
I do. It's the techie back end stuff is challenging at times. It's constantly changing, you're constantly learning, and ultimately you're able to help artists and labels, and that's the reason why I'm in this. I'm still in it for the tunes. I'm still in it because I want to buy music. I still buy a lot of music. I still buy a lot of records. I am here because of the tunes. But yeah, ultimately, there's quite a lot of data these days. You're not running white labels and knocking them out in a record shop.
It's a completely different game. Lots of cogs, and that's one of the reasons why we asked you to come and have a word with us, because the public doesn't know what's going on. So we're trying to explain to them what's going on behind the scenes, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, increasingly so, I think.
So thank you for coming on and explaining that to us, Graham. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Graham.
Thanks.